Jason, how's your training been going? I mean, you come into New York after a fourth place finish at Boston, which is pretty good finish in the marathon major. How's your training been going coming into New York?
I feel real confident in my fitness. I feel like I've prepared myself really well. I feel really confident as far as where I'm at. 10 weeks ago, I wasn't even really running. I was cross training a lot just because I had some knee problems and things like that. But other than the circumstances, I feel real good about where I'm at.
Right, and what's your goal, or do you have a goal for Sunday?
I couldn't say I necessarily have a place or time goal, but just compete, and then everything else will take care of itself.
Right. And you've kind of been stuck in that 211 range. I think you've done that, 2 or 3 times?
I've done it once, but I've run 212 and 214 at Boston.
Right.
So I've kind of been stuck in that range, I guess.
Right. I guess New York's not really the place for a PR, but...
Yeah, I mean, it is. Neb's PR'd here, so, but, it just, New York will be just relying on being patient and allowing yourself to compete when it counts, and really that's kind of the last 6 miles is really where kind of things kind of get difficult, and people will be either running well or dying. So.
Right. And you're getting a little bit up there in age. What, you're 31 now?
31, yeah.
What kind of keeps you at it?
Just being just trying to be the best I can be. I don't feel 31, although that's what my birth certificate says. I've been in the sport for a long period of time, and I don't know. I'm just hungry to be successful. That could change in 6 months' time, where I was like, I want to do something else. But as far as right now, I pursue this with 100% and try to be the best I can be. So yeah, I'm getting older, but maybe I'm getting wiser too.
Right. I mean, a big focus obviously for everyone is try to make an Olympic team. How hard was that to bounce back from that?
Well, it was really hard actually. I was when your goal in our sports, it's everything based it off being an Olympian and represent your country at the highest level, which is the Olympics, and not to have that be your goal and not accomplish it is frustrating, and it makes you just want to move on from the sport. But that said, I could never be an Olympian. I'm comfortable with it. It wouldn't be from a lack of effort or trying to make the team. It's just guys were better than me on that day, and I have to be comfortable with that.
Right. I mean, do you see yourself going to the next Olympic cycle, or is that too far off?
That's definitely too far off. If there were opportunities for me to stay in the sport longer, then yes, I'd probably go that long. If there weren't, there'd be a time where I was like, I need to start making money and pursue other things that really interest me besides running. But as far as right now goes, I'm all in.
So what are some of those other things that might interest you?
Coaching. Coaching, I really like coaching. For me, I coach now just a couple of people, and it's just a good balance. When you're so focused on your own self and being selfish, it allows you to take your attention away from you and put it into someone else, and in their running and investing your time into what their goals are, and it's really rewarding too. I take a great deal of satisfaction, probably even more satisfaction, seeing one of the athletes I coach do well than even my own. So,
who's the most successful athlete so far?
I coach a high school girl who's run 5 minutes as a sophomore in high school, and she's run 17:30 this year for 5K. Her name is Elise Cranny, and she was state champ by a half a second. One of the most amazing races I've ever seen. Not just saying that because she's my athlete, but it's just a different element. High school running is just so pure, and you don't have to deal with necessarily drug cheats and people that are screwing the sport. Um, you don't have to deal with that stuff. It's where running started for most of us.
Right. Hopefully, no drug cheat going on in high school, but who knows? I guess this fall, you helped pace Dathan Ritzenhein, at Chicago, and does that in some ways like give you motivation to keep going to see him? I mean, here's a guy that's kind of been banging his head against the wall, sort of in that 210, 209 range for a long time, to finally get the big breakthrough. Does that sort of motivate and energize you?
Well, it definitely does because he's my friend, and I'm invested. I mean, he's my friend, so I'm invested in his success as well as him being invested in my success. We're definitely in two different predicaments. I mean, he has a financial, contract with his sponsor, and I don't right now. So, as far as yes, it's motivating because he's my friend and I want to see him do well, but I think we're just in two different predicaments.
Right. So how do you make ends meet right now?
Well, just by finishing high at major marathons.
I guess fourth place is pretty nice in Chicago.
Yeah.
Are you gonna try to find the hottest marathons ever and then
Well,
just pick up the pieces?
Well, I don't do this for money. I do it because I love the sport and I want to see how I can be successful in this sport. And sometimes that works out, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes that leads to a 32nd place finish at trials or 4th place finish at Boston. So I just want to get the best out of myself and when my career is over and just be satisfied with the route I went.
All right. Good luck to you on Sunday.
Appreciate it.